Yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
Hey.
Hey, Regina.
Hi, Sally. We're here.
Listen, I was so happy when Regina Karish come sew with me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get that in first so I don't forget. It said that she would be available on Wednesday because we're going to be not going to be here on Friday. So I was excited because we weren't able to be here last week, and I hated to go 2 weeks without being here. And then next week you're going to be out of.
I'm going out of the country.
Yeah.
So
She's
yay!
like out of the country. She's going to be
out of my mind.
Yeah. So that's going to be great. So she's going to be going to England, and she's going to be going to the Royal School of Needlework, among a million other things you're going to be doing.
Plus a cruise, plus Scotland. So yeah.
Man.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's great. And you'll be gone how long total? I can't remember what you said.
A month.
Oh, I was thinking 3 weeks. Oh.
No, I'm going a month. The other two are going 3 weeks.
Wow.
I get 10 days without them.
Oh. Without your husband?
Yes.
And
my
your daughter?
Send them back home.
Well, after being just a week with the whole family, it is nice to be in a quiet place for a little while.
It is.
After you're
I'm
really
gonna have to
confined.
dodge out and get something to drink.
Okay,
My throat is tickling.
Go get a glass of water. Hey, there's water in that refrige and down in the drawer on the right-hand fridge. So now you know, if you break in here and you want water, it's in the right-hand fridge. Anyway, Regina has been busy, and I was teasing her because we're going to be talking about Regina's bloomers, but she had, I get a kick out of it, because she said she wanted, and I love this idea, wanted to try different patterns of the little children's-sized bloomers, and you did like the same, try to do the same size in everybody's brand.
Right.
And so it's very interesting when you see these. You're gonna find
the
it
difference
very
in all the
interesting.
sizes
Yes.
when they're the same size.
Yes.
That's what I thought was cool.
That was so neat.
Yeah.
And so we'll get to that in a little while, but
we have this. I'm sure you're seeing this. It's so beautiful.
Isn't this pretty?
Oh my goodness,
Yes.
these fabrics are gorgeous.
Yes. Emma said, "Hey, Fabric Finders has these cute summer prints, and it would be fun to show them today with things that coordinate."
It is, because summer is not over. it's well into the
in
heat,
fact,
you know.
it's been so hot you feel like it's over, but it actually gets hotter than this, doesn't it?
Yeah,
in
the next 4 days is going to be really hot, almost to 100.
Well, I heard that when we were gone, we were at the beach. We went to St. Simon's Island last week, our family, and it was pretty hot there. But I heard it was even worse here.
Yeah,
so
it's hot.
And the men that are,
I don't think I went out of the house but twice last week because I was just so hot. I was like, I can't stand it. It gets too hot.
It is.
Then I'm trying to pack for this trip, and England happens to be in the 60s, so it's like wonderful.
Well, you're gonna enjoy that.
I'm gonna be nice and cool.
Yeah.
I won't be hot.
That's great.
We're getting lots of hellos, and Denise Ferris said, "Be sure to take your bloomers, Regina."
Oh, Denise, I got my bloomers packed.
I'm always glad because when I say something like Regina's bloomers, I'm teasing and having fun and laughing, but not everybody laughs, and I'm always glad when Fred and Denise laugh because I'm like, people are going to think I'm really awful saying that about you. It was like, yeah, I'm really just kind of having fun.
And I kind of told Sally I thought about bringing a pair today.
Holding up her pantaloons.
Here's my bloomers. Trust me, I'll wear them every time I have a dress on.
That's funny. That's funny.
I don't want to land on my head again and everything else is in the air.
You know what? I didn't know they made pantaloons when petty pants. Petty pants. Do they still call them petty pants or pantaloons? What do they call them?
Petty pants, I guess.
Petty pants, like when you get them at Hamrick's, they're petty pants. Well, we had to wear dresses when I was in school. We couldn't wear
Me too.
pants or shorts, and so we all wore petty pants, so it would be modest. And I didn't know they still made them. It's kind of like slips. We all had to wear a slip. Oh my goodness, you couldn't leave the house without a slip on. My mother would have shot me.
And it's funny because Oprah's show a long time ago, on there one time she mentioned that she never wore a slip, and I'm like, oh, I'm done, girls, so I never wore another slip. I was like, if she doesn't have to wear one, neither do I.
Well, she gave a lot of people permission, didn't she?
Yeah, she sure did, because that was the end of that. It was
funny.
so hot and. Oh.
That's funny. Oh my goodness. Hey, this is cute, Regina.
That's really pretty together.
So, we're like, okay, what matches these summer prints? Let's go to the overhead for a second and show you some cute summer prints from.
It's real easy when you have a pretty fabric to start picking coordinates and
Yes.
all the trims, and you know I'm all about trims, so I'm like grabbing here and there, and it's like, oh, put this together. It's so
this
fun.
First one is Fabric Finders number 2659, and it's tiny. You know, tiny flamingos, tiny. I'm gonna see if I can get.
Tiny little umbrellas,
little
palm
closer.
trees,
Yes.
flamingos. It is so sweet.
And the colors are really good. The greens, the aquas, the.
Yeah, they all just go perfect
Like,
together.
is that taffy? What is that blue color?
The blue one is taffy.
Taffy. Taffy is pretty. And then Regina said there's a light pink that's pretty. This is a regular pink. And then
you could use yellow. We have the yellow over here. You can see it too.
yellow
works
with it.
It's just really pretty.
And be thinking about these when Regina shows you all those little bloomers, because
that's right. You can make some really cute bloomers out of this. Yes.
And you could do it with, this could be a top, and
this
could be bloomers,
yeah.
whatever. You could
even do
mix
double
and
seat
match.
bloomers and put this in the center.
Oh yeah,
And
that's a
you know,
cute
checks
idea.
on the side. I mean, it'd be so cute with a top like that.
This is this little what is this thing called? This trim. It starts with a L. Man, I can't remember words anymore. Do you remember what this
Is
little?
that Leah?
Leah. I knew it was an L.
Oh.
It was an L word. Leah. This is the little Leah trim, and we used to have it in lots and lots of colors, and I just saw this yellow over there. And
it's so sweet, so pretty.
And look at this.
Look together.
Little polka dot garden pin dot piping with the Leah trim peeking out from under it.
It is just precious.
And it's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
And you know how I like to layer trims and things? It would be perfect.
Because you could do a ruffle with this.
Yes.
You could do the piping. You could make a
put
bias.
Pockets. You can do it. I mean,
pockets.
Collars, whatever. You know, I mean, it'd be so pretty.
That's right.
Yeah. So
Before
I could just sew up a
this,
storm.
Speaking of collars.
Oh yeah.
You
got
want
a surprise for you?
Wait till you see what Joy Welch has done. Joy Welch. I mean, I know we're jumping all over the place. Applique for Kids. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That woman is so talented.
The minute I saw it, I'm like, I gotta do this. I gotta make this for Wednesday because everybody needs to see it, and I am so excited.
She has.
Of course, I had to think really quick what I was putting it on.
She had to go dig in her closet and find something to put it on. Let's see. Maybe we should put this.
Let's put the lavender over there.
Put the lavender out there.
Yeah.
And oh, this is so cute what she's done. Everything on the machine. Everything on the embroidery machine. And it's a tatted collar. Tatted collar.
Joy's little collars. This is the tuck baby day gown, actually. And it's real. I mean, you wouldn't think of doing it in this fabric, but I had made all these bloomers and this lavender, and so I thought, well, I gotta have something to go with one pair of them at least. So I found this fabric. I told my mother yesterday, I said, everything I pulled out went together. I was like, I was shocked that I had all the parts and pieces, but this tatted collar, we have to show it up close.
Yep.
Because it is precious.
And she has several styles of the tatted collar. So we might need
it's hard to put it on a lighter fabric, maybe.
Might need to do this. So
you can see the tatting around the collar.
Yeah,
and these are all made in the hoop, and trust me, they were not hard. Wow. They were, I mean, you know, Joy does it, and her work is just stunning and so easy to do if you follow her directions.
And if you follow her on social media, because she posts her new items on Facebook, and can you see that, or should I get closer?
I think you might go a little closer.
All right, let's see here. Wait till you see this. Look at how.
I mean,
sweet
it is so
is.
fine, and when you wash the stabilizer out, it is so pretty.
So that looks like piping, but it is just a satin stitch.
It's a satin stitch.
And that's a single
layer.
Oh
mm-hmm.
man. And then this, Regina did it in ecru. Do you remember what thread you used on this
I
one,
did.
Regina?
Madeira 1082. Yep, Madeira.
So is Madeira Katona or no?
No,
Madeira
just
what?
Madeira polyester thread. It's a polyester.
Madeira polyester thread. Okay.
Embroidery thread.
Okay, we don't have
And
that
the color
on
was
thing.
1082, and it matched this fabric just beautiful.
That's pretty. That's pretty.
And then I used the cotton, the DMC cotton for the purple satin stitch.
So like.
And that was 553
Was
that I
that
used.
like silk finish cotton?
It was just that DMC.
Oh,
the hand
DMC.
embroidery.
DMC. The spools, right? The spools.
yeah.
Okay. Yep. And so that was what?
553.
553. That's pretty.
I thought I'm going to write down these because I'm going to know them today.
Yeah.
Because she's going to ask me what they are.
But what about what kind of stabilizer? Do you remember?
I
what
use a
kind of-
wash-away stabilizer,
And
sulky wash-away
And
stabilizer.
so that worked for the tatting part and everything.
Yes, you just put one layer of wash-away stabilizer, and then you sew out. You put it on the machine, and the design will sew the placement. So you put your fabric down, and then it sews on that. Then you take it out of the machine, not out of the hoop, and you trim around that, and then you put it back on the machine, and you change your thread because it's going to sew the tatting before it does the satin stitch. And so the tatting was sewn, and then I changed the thread color back and did the satin stitch, and then when you wash it out, it's all gone.
It's so pretty, and it looks the same front and back.
Yeah.
It has the same satin stitch. It almost looks like piping. And
Yeah, you use the same color thread for the satin stitch, and the same color thread in the bobbin and the top thread for both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
you
if you're
don't always do that, right? You.
If I'm
sometimes
doing
you-
in the hoop collars, I do because
Yeah.
you don't want to see it on the back a
Right.
different color.
Right.
But normally, if it's just an embroidery design, I don't. I use whatever.
Whatever
Usually
bobbin
a
thread.
ecru
A
bobbin and
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Joy Welch. She really can. She's a winner. I'm telling you.
I just
what.
get so excited when I saw it. I was like, I just got to do it because everybody needs to know about this so that they can get these designs. And I mean, the others are so cute. I got all of them, so I went in there and I'm like, okay, I got to sew these out on different things. So I already picked out things for when I get back from my trip.
Yeah.
I'm going to be making. I'll probably make them this weekend and have them sitting there ready for when I get back. So
Everyone is loving the collars.
The collar.
I
They're
hope
wonderful.
so.
And they're 50% off right now.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
They're 50%
they're
off.
excellent.
Oh, this is so cute. You know, it's hard to get tatting anymore. It
Yeah.
used to be available all the time, and the price was really reasonable.
And if anybody even puts it on D-Stash, it's gone before you see it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, this is.
I'll tell you on the
wonderful.
front of this where it meets at the collar here, and you probably have to go back to the overhead for
Okay.
this. But the little tatting designs came together and they met,
Oh,
two
look
of
at
them.
that.
So right where they met together, it looked like a flower
Oh
because
my
you had 3 on one
goodness.
side and 3 on the other. So I
they
went
see
through
it?
all of my buttons
Oh, and you got
and
that
I found one tiny little purple button.
It looks like you tatted a flower to put
Yeah,
on
it
there.
does.
Oh, Regina, that is.
I sent the
cute.
photo this morning to Joy and she loved it.
Yeah, that's cute.
So it came out really cute.
Wow. Well, I know she has a square collar,
Yeah.
right?
a
And
square
it
one.
has shadow
Oh, one is
embroidered,
plain and one has a shadow work on
a
it.
shadow work
Yeah.
bow on
Mhm.
it.
That's
Love that.
beautiful.
Love that.
Yeah,
That was
can't wait to
really
make
pretty.
that one.
So this is the collars, etc. day gown.
Yeah, that's this pattern.
You think we still have it in the tuck day gown, or
We
are
don't
we
have
out?
the day gown.
You have
Okay.
the tuck dress,
Yeah, the dress.
but this is the day gown, and I had no idea because this was a 1-2 collar, and she didn't know if it was going to fit on this or not. But when I matched it before I even sewed this collar out,
Mm-hmm.
it stitched out on the machine and on the stabilizer,
Mm-hmm.
and then I took the collar pattern from here and laid it on top of it.
Oh, right.
It was like with just a 1/4 inch difference in one area, but the rest of it all matched
Yeah.
right. And so I was like, yep, it's gonna work.
Oh,
So
because this was Joy's sizing, right?
Right.
1, 2, yeah.
yeah. So
Oh,
she
man.
wasn't sure. So I told her this morning. I said it fit that day gown perfect, and it,
Wow.
it looks
Yeah,
great.
that's cute.
I didn't have to trim anything off or anything. I mean, it was just fit right on there.
So there's the Peter Pan collar.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a round collar too? I feel like there's
no,
a round collar.
No, there wasn't
There's
a round
square
collar.
collar.
It's a square collar. But she has the Peter Pan collar with different tatting edges.
Yeah.
So that's what there's some with this a little circle that was
yeah,
really
just
cute.
the tiny,
yeah.
like the tiny one loop.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
really sweet.
That's sweet.
Yeah. And then this
This is
pattern,
nice.
I was going to tell, Sally was getting to that and we got off, but this pattern, you have entredo and lace on the sleeves. And when I got to that point yesterday afternoon, I'm like, okay, I don't have any this color lace or anything, and I thought, well, lace is going to take away from the collar, and I don't want that. So I just decided to put elastic, and I just loved it when I got finished.
I loved it too because it's
little
such a
puppy
really
things.
tiny, sweet
Yeah.
little sleeve. I
can
love.
just imagine that little arm sticking out of there. I mean, it was,
I love a little tiny sleeve. Anyway,
I do
think
too.
they're precious.
and I didn't do it like it said, do it in the pattern where you sew it in a circle and then sew it in.
Oh, you didn't? You
I
did it
circled
like right
it
up
and
down
did the
here?
seam and the whole bit.
What do you mean do things the easy way?
I'm telling you my tips because you don't want to waste a whole lot of time,
Yeah,
right?
that's
You want to know
right.
how I get finished faster?
Yeah.
They're all finished. The seams are all finished, but
Well,
it just didn't go together the way it was intended.
When I do it in a circle and put it in there, I always have to hand baste, which I'm not really a big hand baster, but I do hand baste a little tiny sleeve like that because I mean you're working
Otherwise,
in a little thing like this. And
everything's going wonky because that's hard to get under the machine.
It is hard. Oh, that's so cute. Well, we do have a lot of collars, etc. patterns, and always have loved them. I think we do have the tuck dress in some of the sizes, but not all the sizes. But probably the day gown is available on Trudy Horn's Etsy shop.
Right.
As
probably.
a PDF download, I would think. All right.
Yeah.
So
and we're going to go back to that, or this, or the bloomers, or where we're going here.
Where do you want to go?
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
I know.
But I did this color because all of my bloomers are the same
maybe
color.
we should show the bloomers.
We can start out with the bloomer.
So this is not a fabric that we have, but Regina had it in her stash, and that's how we use things.
You know, when you're in a hurry at the last minute and you're not at farmhouse, then you just pull out whatever you can. And when I went in there, it's like I said, it all came together.
Yeah.
You know, because I had the same colors I needed to go with these bloomers.
So this is going to be fun.
The first one I'm going to start with is the high-waisted bloomers. This one's an Etsy pattern. And all of these I've tried to go by the size 1, 12 months, or some of them go small, medium, large, extra large. But they tell you the weight in there. So I looked at the weight and decided that I'm going by either large or size 1s, 12 months. So you'll see the difference in these. But this one, as you can see, it looks really small. And this is a larger
It
pattern.
does look small. Like there's not much
Right, there's
room
not a
between
whole
the
lot.
waist and the
So this
and
would
the
really be for
butt.
a little one who is potty trained, I would think. Because you could not put this over a diaper. You'd have to go bigger. And so I would just say if this was a little panty go over little panties that, they're potty trained.
Right.
And I don't think that this company, there is an Etsy store that sells this, but it's not the same one that used to do. I think they changed. And
Right,
they call
because
themselves
we've shown it before.
Right. And so if you just look up high-waisted bloomer, you'll find the right one. Because it's the only one on there, on Etsy.
So it used to be what? Sewing Story Studio.
Yeah, so Sewing Story Studio, and it's not that now. So I wasn't gonna tell you that because I don't want you to hunt that and you won't find it. So, but just look
Sorry
up,
about that.
high-waisted bloomers.
High-waisted bloomers.
So that was one. So see, my little high-waisted bloomers goes with my dress.
That's very cute.
And people ask me, the reason I decided to do this is people are always asking me, well, what's your favorite bloomer pattern? What do you use? I use all of them. It depends. My favorite is the one that matches whatever I made. And so that's how I do them. And if I got that and I thought, oh, high-waisted ones look good with this, let's do those. This little birdie bloomers from Children's Corner is a quick and easy. And you can see how much bigger it is than this little bloomer.
Yeah, because if you fold this down to the bottom of the elastic,
they're
this
little
is what
tiny
you have.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're the same size. And so we went with this one.
I like that. That's a good
I
looking
like this.
bloomer.
This is a fast one. It's easy. And so, if I'm in a hurry,
That's
what I
not
make for
lined
the
or
girls.
anything.
No.
All right. So here we have Birdie.
Then we have Birdie and high-waisted. Now these are your double seat panty by Ginger Snaps. It's this one.
And we're trying
And
to
it's
get
my
this pattern
favorite.
in. Yeah, because we used to sell that and then we haven't carried it for a while. But we're working on getting this in
And this is
for
the
you.
double seat, so you can see the back here. It has two. This top layer goes over the bottom layer, and you sew them together. I mean, it's just
Is that
acts
cut
as
on the
one
bias
piece.
or not?
No.
Okay.
And so it's just.
But you can embroider on that.
You can embroider on this before you cut this piece, the second piece out. You just cut a rectangle large enough to, I would draw my pattern off on it and then cut it out, and you can embroider on it, and then you have a design in the center. But I just decided, I looked in the drawer, had purple ribbon, lavender ribbon, and this trim, so I thought, okay.
That ribbon's a pretty good match.
That's how we're going with it.
Let's take a look at, this is kind of interesting. So, they are different shapes.
They are.
You can see, I'm going to go
This one's
overhead.
more straight down the side. This is more rounded out.
So
it's just really up to you and what you're putting them on,
I'm going to go here. So this is Ginger Snaps double-seated panty. And that does, the legs do cut up higher. And this is Birdie by Children's
Corner. A little
Corner.
longer.
So I would think these would probably bloom out a little bit more.
Yeah, they would.
When you wear them, they're a little bit on the.
I think that one you could go more over a diaper.
Yeah.
And then this other one could go more for like little panties.
Yeah. So then,
and
what do we
this
have here?
other
That's
one
pretty.
Is the Smocked. This is Sweet Cheeks by Kathy Dykstra, and it's the Smocked bloomers.
Now you've done that before, and
I've done lots of these because I love this one. It's that you can see how it fits too. It's you can put it down here. And
so this one, oh man, I love this. But you don't want to have any top that covers it up. It's like this.
Well, this one you could put on with like a little onesie that has an embroider, or you could do a T-shirt with a Smocked inset. That would be a really cute play suit.
So this is a double-seated panty. This is Kathy Dykstra's
Sweet Cheeks on Etsy.
Sweet Cheeks. And here is
Birdie.
So this,
and
the shape of Birdie and Kathy Dykstra's are very similar. They're very similar with the legs, it's a little more poofy. And then this is definitely more fitted. Not quite as full right here and here. I like the little bow though. It's cute, isn't it?
You can put that as coordinating fabric or whatever you want to do, and it makes it sweet.
Oh, I love these. All right.
And so then, this one is baby diaper covers by Ginger Snaps. This one. And I've made this one before, only in a tiny one, like for a 3-month, newborn to 3 months. I even made it in the preemie size. And, but this one I decided to go with the large. And I'm telling you, it's large.
But, Miss Dot made these one time, and I thought, what in the world? Because they seem like, how in the world would you keep it on?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it fall off?
That's
or do you have to really make that really tight in order to?
Yes, you'd have to make it really tight, but I used what they said use in it, and it's not real tight, but it's huge.
But it's really long from the waist to the crotch.
Yeah.
Really, really long. Like this would come up to their chest.
I guess if you had a really large baby that doesn't move around a whole lot, then you could put it on them, and they don't have to worry about it, And even the little one, the little ones were small, and they didn't look out of proportion, But this one just, when I started sewing, I was like, I kept folding it and thinking, what is this?
They're definitely vintage patterns like
definitely
this.
Vintage, yeah.
Very, very vintage patterns like that. But even with Miss Dot's, I know we have some hanging over here, and I thought, how do they keep those on? I'm not really even sure she put elastic in the back, and so then it's really, really huge.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you'd have to have some elastic back there to hold it to you.
So long.
It does.
But if you put plus you're gonna have some pretty big thighs. This would be for the Winkter family because they're we got some big thighs. The thunder thighs. But I have my daughter-in-law in Australia makes her own diapers, and those are some big gigantic diapers. Now
that would fit over it.
Would fit over those diapers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing I was thinking about when I was making these, on this one, I thought this would be a really good cover for a handicapped child, or a child that's, in the hospital or something like that you wanted to cover up things, because it has this large opening. This is large. If there were, like tubes or anything like that. And the reason I thought it was because my son had a bowed leg, and so he had to have braces on it with his feet connected together. So his legs were out like that. Well, you could put this on one, and it would be, because it, it unbuttons, so the whole thing is easy to get on and off. and it's not something you have to pull up over them.
Yeah.
And so it would be like putting on a diaper. And so I thought, well, you know, that's what I'm going to talk about, because I've seen a lot of people ask about what to do with babies that have certain issues, you know.
Right.
And I thought this is a perfect thing for a baby or a small child. I mean, I think probably a 2 or 3 year old could wear this over something.
Right.
And you know, and so I thought that was a really good way to use these, to me.
Can't believe you found some whip stitch piping in that color.
I opened up the closet door and there it was. And I'm just like, how can this come together?
That's been gone a long
it
time.
It has. And there it was. And then I had these same little flower buttons that were the same color.
Oh, that's cute.
So it's like, okay, all of this just went together.
And so these would all go with this other.
Oh,
this
these
other
every
fabric.
one of these,
Yeah.
this color would match this fabric. Look at this one.
So this is Fabric Finders.
And
something.
This is mermaids.
Uh-huh.
Look, what is this?
2661. And
it has little tiny little mermaids in
Yes.
different colors, and it's little jellyfish, and I mean they're so
but
cute.
look at how cute
but
this.
look at all this.
So this is imperial broadcloth, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, all of them look amazing with that fabric right there.
So
And
you
then
can have
here we
a cute little top and
man.
any kind of bloomer you want under it.
I love these.
You can do this one so you see what the
Yeah,
back looks
yeah.
like. I mean, it's so sweet.
Miss Regina, your husband's on the phone.
Okay, tell him.
He needs to know the padlock to the back of the house. It might be locked out, I'm not sure.
Excuse me.
Regina's husband's locked out of the house and he needs to know the padlock combination. And she probably did that to him on purpose because he wouldn't shut the garage door one time.
Well, everyone is loving the pattern
Yes.
comparison.
Yes, it's so interesting. And with this one you can decorate with a double-seated panty. You can do lots of decorations. And this is cute with a little bow. You can coordinate. Yeah.
The smocked one, that one's a little dressy.
Isn't that pretty? It is
so
dressy.
sweet.
It's so sweet. I've seen Regina make this one before. I think she made it for her granddaughters, and really, really precious. Oh, this is kind of cool. Oh, you know what? I'm still on the overhead, so let's take advantage of that. The inside the waist of the smocked one is, you tell them about this,
Under
Regina.
control.
Regina,
Yeah.
what's he going to do without you?
Yeah.
Who knows? He said, I
I'm
said, how
sorry
did that
we
happen
didn't
that he
change-
got locked out? And he said, well, he went out to pick blueberries last night and he came back in and took off the shorts that had the keys in them and left them in there. Put on another pair of shorts today. No keys. It's like,
Yeah.
not my problem. Okay. I said, when you smock this, then you have to back smock a wave and you add elastic to the back of it to hold it.
That's smart.
So you
I
can,
love that.
the smocking won't stretch out and, over time. So
Yes.
it has
I
the
just
elastic.
noticed that
Oh,
in there.
okay. Yeah. And the top of these are just folded down. So when you fold it down, you finish the edge and then you fold them over and pleat them.
Oh, you
So you
pleat,
pleat
they
it.
pleat a double layer.
Yeah. And then you can just smock it.
Okay, and so then so
I
that's
just
just
pin
one.
I just pin those.
Yeah, but I mean, so this you just have this part, the front part where it's
Right.
pleated, and then you sew up the side seams.
Mhm.
Hey, that would be pretty quick too.
They are. I mean,
That's
you
not a
can,
whole. That's
no,
not a
and
whole
you
lot
can
of
cut them
smocking.
out and get them all prepared to go, and then when you
Yeah.
have time, just smock them. That's a
That's cute.
TV watching thing to do.
So hey,
No, it's one piece.
it's one piece. There's no crotch seam.
Nope.
Oh, I like that too.
It's just
So-
one. You cut it on the fold, and then you open it out.
Wow.
It's cut kind of like that, and then you open it out, and you run the top part through the pleater, and
And then see the back part
It's
is
just-
folded down and makes its own casing.
yeah, for the.
Oh, I like that. That's way to go, Kathy.
I liked them. Yeah, I
Way to
really
go,
like this
Kathy.
pattern.
That's neat. And so that looks like a 3/4 inch or 1 inch, 3/4
1
inch,
inch, I
1
think.
inch
Yeah, I think it's 1
elastic.
inch. Mhm.
Same with this little guy
Yeah.
has a wide elastic.
Mhm.
That's cute. You know, this looks small, doesn't it?
It does. It looks really small. When I got through, I thought,
You almost could
Why
put
does
this
this look
on
so
a
small?
6-month-old
Yeah.
or a 3-month-old or something like that.
yeah. So you just have to, when you're using the patterns, I mean, you really have to look at it and figure out what size you're going to need,
Yeah.
because it can tell you one thing, but it might not work that way.
You know, the Royal Babe, that
Mhm.
Royal Babe pattern. Some of you probably have made Royal Babe, and it's a romper, and it's real poofy,
Uh-huh.
right? This kind of makes me think of it.
Yeah, it
so
does the
cute.
front of it.
It's so cute on babies, and it's all smocked. I feel like it's smocked from the shoulder down, maybe. It doesn't have a
can't
yoke.
remember.
Does it have a yoke? Maybe not. I don't know. But then the bottoms are real poofy like this, and it's so cute.
I can remember the bottoms of it. I can't remember what
Yeah,
the top looks
yeah.
like, but the bottoms, because it does like a little poofed up.
Yeah,
marshmallow.
This is sweet, because then once you get the legs to fit, then you can get them up here, and then everything kind of poofs out.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they look so cute with their
They
little
do,
chunky
those-
legs, don't they?
They certainly do.
Oh, I love that.
So these go really, I mean, with this fabric,
Yeah, that
goes
looks
really
nice.
pretty.
And I see that you pulled out the.
I did. I pulled this trim.
This is the double fold bias with
You
the
could use
picot
this.
edge.
Yeah. Look at this.
I'm going to go to the overhead so you can see it. This is a good combination with that and this.
And this.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
looks really pretty.
You could put this around the legs. And
Yeah,
sew it.
you could.
That would be real pretty.
That's so sweet. And then there's a spaghetti in the
Then there's
in the
spaghetti.
gingham
There's
that
all-
goes.
There's some of all these colors. I'm telling you, you get so excited when you're. I could pull out everything. It's like this spaghetti bias on here is so pretty.
That looks good. There are a lot of good colors in this.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull it a
You
little
have a
bit
choice
this
of
way.
all your colors,
Yeah.
because you may not like lavender. You might like orange. I mean, some people like orange.
Yeah.
There's orange, yellow, the aqua color.
Mm-hmm.
So there's lots
Yeah.
of colors you could do,
This is good.
and lots of trims to go with them too.
You know, speaking of fabric finders, we just got in this past week one of their new fabrics that has pumpkins on it. It's kind of a chambray with pumpkins, and everybody was ordering it. And I said, Christy, order like 4 more bolts, 4 more bolts. Anyway,
More.
they're already sold out.
Oh my gosh!
I knew it, and
Oh.
and you know, here
It
we
goes
are.
fast,
Yeah.
because like the last time it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cute, and so hopefully they make it again, and we'll get more. But we do still have it. But that is a cute fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Made me think of like the color hair on this
Uh-huh.
mermaid. They have those orange pumpkins. We have a button that's a perfect match for that.
Ah.
Diana pulled it out. And
That would
it's
be really fun for-
it's so cute.
For fall.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's good for fall. It is. Yes.
Okay, so that's all your bloomers. If you have any questions, you can go to Come Sew With Me and ask me. But I think you can get a good idea on what
I should have.
what kind you need or size. or-
Everybody loved that.
Well, that's good, yeah. Because I just thought, one day, when it was the last time I was here, I was just like, ding, the light went off. I was like, okay, let's do bloomers, and show these. And so when I started pulling out the patterns, I was like, hey, this is going to be fun. So,
Well, I've done some vintage ones before that are just, some
Uh-huh.
of them are really, really, really poofy. And other ones are just like, just right. Of course, did I write
Right.
anything down? I didn't write anything down. Like, this is the perfect one. And I needed to do it, make it the perfect match.
I wanted to show this.
Oh, yes.
This
So
is
this is
how precious this is.
Kim Yoakum.
Kim's watching. She said
Is Kim
hello
watching?
from Wake Forest.
Oh.
So, Kim, you get special attention
Okay,
today.
we're gonna flip it down and
Okay.
show you Kim.
He is precious.
Look at her. This is her grandson, grandson. Tell us, Kim. I'm so terrible at not knowing. Look at this shirt. This is the Robert shirt by Children's Corner, and the little fish, the fishing lures, and so.
They are so
Man,
cute.
that's cute. And
He looks just like a little
is-
fisherman getting
look
ready
at
to
him.
go.
He's pretty happy with it too, isn't he?
Yeah.
We'll get a little closer so you can see it. I love these little tiny designs because they're great for the little kids' shirts and clothes, and they're not overwhelming. It's a good little print.
No, they're really sweet.
And man, look at him.
He's so cute.
He's darling. He is.
We don't get that
darling.
many things for boys, so this is really fun.
That's right.
you
So
know?
this is Fabric Finders 2623, and I know Emma will have a link to this, but we love it when you share your pictures.
And even
with
if you have a
us.
little fish girl that likes to fish, this will make a
Absolutely.
sweet little dress to go fishing.
When we were at St. Simon's Island last week, the girls were into fishing as much as the boys.
Oh yeah.
They loved it.
I have a friend who fishes professionally up in Minnesota.
Really?
Yeah, I would have never dreamed that until she started posting. She joined the women anglers and she fishes in all these contests. I'm like, that's awesome, you know.
That is neat.
Except when she goes out in the ice and sits in that little hut and
Oh yeah.
does that. Nah, I don't even care how glamping it is. I'm not doing that. My electric piece I'm sitting on breaks and I'm gone.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
right.
like-
Show them your little
I brought this little thing. I went to the Saga convention back in October, and this was one of the classes I took with Jan Young, and it was called the Italian Sewing Kit. And
She said she'd make one for anybody that sent her $15. No,
yes, exactly.
maybe $15,000.
Maybe 15,000 might do it, but I walked into class and I'm like, we have to read a smocking plate. 'Cause I told her, I said, I've never done that. I just make up my own. Well, she wasn't real happy about it. And so with me, I could tell right off because every time I asked a question, it's like, well, that's wrong. That's wrong. I'm like, okay.
She's a rebel.
So
What can we say?
I
She's a rebel.
just did it the way I wanted to do it, and trying to follow. It was the hardest thing I've ever tried to do. And I was up at 1:30 in the morning trying to get this thing done, and while I was there, and it just didn't work. And I went in the next morning. I said, okay, I got it. I went in the next morning. She looked at it and like, got a mistake right there in the middle somewhere. I'm like, I don't really care. I said, I'm done. And so I went home and was going to finish my little project. Well, you might know I cut it too small. And this was at Christmas. And I'm like, you have to be kidding. So I sent her a note and said, could you please let me buy another kit and send it to me, and I'll make another one because I messed this up. So she did. And she probably would not approve of this one either, but it's finished completely. And so I wanted to bring it and show you, but this is the smocking. And so I know all you ladies out there who smock really well are going to go, ugh, you know, but mine's done. So this is it.
It's pretty.
And,
Okay.
you know, when you open up this little clutch, it's the sewing kit.
This
Zoom
is.
in on those mistakes.
Huh?
I said,
Yeah,
don't
zoom in on the
those
mistakes.
mistakes.
No.
Let me point those out.
They probably could see that without pointing it out.
No, they can't.
But anyway, I love doing the inside, and I already had all the inside pieces done because there's a little pin cushion, and then the little needle book here, and then the scissor holder right here.
These are so pretty.
And I just love doing the hand embroidery on those, and I got them. I thought, well, I have to make something to put those in, and the fabric didn't match anything else, so that's why I had to get another kit and finish the outside. But I just loved it, so now I've
Thank
got
you,
it.
Regina.
I
That
knew
was
Sally
so
was gonna love it.
kind of you.
That is beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like, no, we won't be making many of these. you
I
know.
love this. This is Betsy, I think.
Mhm,
The
Liberty?
Liberty of London. I
Uh-huh.
love it with the white background. Look at how nice this is.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And it was just fun.
Now that what is that?
A button.
That's pretty. But is that a mother of pearl?
Uh-huh.
Well then,
That
what
too.
about that
That's-
like a button?
That's a button.
What is so tiny with
I
only
know.
one?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. Or that. This is really like only with one hole in the
Mhm.
center. This too.
Yeah, all of them.
Those.
I
are
went on Etsy and ordered some more of those because I
Oh,
thought
you could find them
I
on
wanted
Etsy.
to do, yeah. And if I wanted to do something else with the embroidery, I
yeah,
needed the
well,
buttons.
think-
I wouldn't be making this again.
Oh my goodness! Look at how
I might make one part of it.
this tiny little mother of pearl flower shape.
Aren't they sweet?
I do have some vintage one hole things right here, but yes, this is so little.
Yeah, I picked out some buttons this morning. That's what I did my
Oh,
little order up there with my
man.
little buttons so that one day I can make
Look
some
at
more of this.
that. Oh, I'm gonna have to go try and find these. I love these.
They are so pretty.
I don't need another button in this place, but I do need those.
You do need them.
She actually ordered these from us for
Mhm.
your kits,
Yeah,
but they're perfect in this.
they
kit.
were with that color.
Oh, so this is all padded.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of padding is it? Just like fleece or something
Fleece.
like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Regina, that's so,
So I
cute.
just, it was so fun making those parts. You know, like I have to put them in something, so I have to struggle through this other part.
So this is variegated. Is that pearl cotton?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can tell it's thicker.
Yeah, it's pearl cotton. It was a variegated. I got that at the convention. I forgot who was selling that.
Man.
Might have been Susie Gay was selling that.
Oh, I could see
Yeah,
Susie
I
because
think
Susie
it was
does
from
these
Susie.
gorgeous yarns and
Yeah.
threads. But I wonder hand dyed maybe. I bet hand
They
dyed.
probably were hand dyed.
Look at that. Miss Dot used to
They-
get variegated hand dyed things and
Yeah.
oh, that's so pretty.
So all my projects from last Saga convention are finished.
Man, that's amazing. But this, what is this fabric? You know, it looks like
It's
a
linen.
silk. That's linen.
Mhm.
Oh, that's linen. That's the same
That's a
linen
linen.
as this.
Uh-huh.
Look how great that looks. Oh, Regina. So to do this, tell me again what's that kind
I
of.
think they called it the Van Dyke stitch.
Van Dyke stitch.
I'm not really sure.
So was that like run through a pleater?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was run through a pleater and you smock it with regular sewing thread.
Really?
Which
Like
makes
in
it
the
even
back,
harder
right? In the
because
back,
when you
'cause you don't see any of
no,
your
it's
stitches.
all on the front.
There's
I
stitches
know.
on the front. You can't even see them.
I know. That's why I was miserable trying to pick that out and redo it. When I had to take out the lines that she kept telling me this is wrong, and I'm like, ah! So you know how well I'm going to do at that Royal School of Needlework.
Oh.
I'm going to put in the corner. They're going to say,
Oh.
in the corner over there. Just keep doing the simple stitch. You'll be fine. It's like,
Oh man. You gonna take
Yeah.
this with you?
oh, I am. I'm
Uh-huh.
showing this off. This
Uh-huh.
is a piece of work here. This is art.
Yeah, that's right. I love it. Is
If
it
I
hard?
see any frowns, they're going to get smacked one. It's like,
Is it hard to get this frame on here?
it's a little bit difficult. It was.
Because how do you get the stuff stuffed up in here? And how do you pinch it down? Is that what you do? How
Oh
do you,
no!
you don't.
You have
How do
to.
you-
The
what do you
frame
do?
is empty, and then you go in the little ridge and you put your glue all the way around it, and then you start shoving it up in there. And you have to do that side and let it sit for a few minutes, and then do this side. And so, but you know, I did make, what was it, 24 of the smaller ones, the little ones, sewing kits for the retreat last
You
time.
did?
It didn't have smocking on the outside. They were plain. I did do a little thing on them. A little
Embroidery?
embroidery thing. But I did those for everybody got one. And on the inside, I put needle threader and needles and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and a little pair of scissors, believe it or not. And this thing was only like 3 inches wide, this little frame. It was the cutest little
Oh,
thing.
and you put it in a frame?
And it was in a frame. Yeah, I put all those. I thought I'd never get the glue off my fingers.
Yeah.
Because it's a really, like, it's not Gorilla Glue, but
Is
it's
it like E6000?
it's Gutermann.
Oh,
It's made by
okay. Oh,
Gutermann.
made by Gutermann.
And it's,
I'm interested in glue
it sticks.
because you know I keep wanting to make my
Everybody knows.
pin cushions that I haven't made, and I keep asking about glue. I haven't used any on here.
It's
But-
just sitting in there now. Well,
But
if you
isn't
put a
that
little
cute?
bit of this and buy this, but it's expensive, so you might want to use Gorilla Glue
Well,
because it's not quite as expensive, and it does work too. Because I
somebody
ran
told
out.
me about that museum stuff that's like a
Museum putty.
putty, yeah, museum putty that you can use, and so that way you don't,
I hadn't heard of that.
yeah,
I
and
think it's supposed to not leave a residue.
yeah,
When, if you wanna.
and actually I have some. I ordered it. I bought every kind of glue
There is no reason not to make your cups now. Your pin cushions.
I have a whole stack of wool, like wool roving. I have all the needles to do that, and I bought every size and color of wool balls.
And she's been wondering what to do in the evenings when she doesn't have her sewing stuff, so she could be sitting there poking and taking all her anger out on these balls.
I really could do
Just
that.
take it and
I could do
yeah.
that because, you know, when you put your pins and needles into wool, it's so much better for them, and it keeps them lubricated.
Mhm.
And so there's lanolin in wool, and it's really smart to use wool for that. I have lots of pieces of wool.
And she needs to be making these things.
I know. I know. When I think, well, what am I going to do with them? Do you think anybody would buy them? I've got all
Yes.
these. You do think they'd
I
buy
do.
them?
I do.
But what if my glue didn't look good? You know, I'm always worried. It's like analysis paralysis.
It's
What-
like, just do it, Sally. They'll be
What
fine.
I need a little design to go on it. I need a little
You need
flower.
a
I need a
little-
little
trim, and I'm sure that she doesn't have much trim or doodads up there. You can't find it.
I think about it all the time when I have a whole bunch of these. Like this is like the one that my mother had. I need to at least make myself one.
Well, that's for sure. And each of your granddaughters one would be very nice.
Oh, you know, that's a good idea.
It'll be a treasure.
Do that.
Yeah.
See, I found a cup with the S on it at the Catholic Social Services.
That's her quarter cup.
That's my.
No, she worked 20 hours for that cup, I remember.
That in the pickle jar.
In a pickle jar to drink coffee out of. I mean, wow.
Well, you never know.
She likes to volunteer.
I do like to. I do. It's fun. What I really like is not knowing what's going to come in.
That's right. Yeah.
And I like the surprise of it all. And so I've about talked one of my granddaughters Charlie into volunteering with me because she loves.
Oh, she would be good at that. Yeah, she would like that.
She's a hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll see
like,
if that can happen. That's the next one is in September.
September.
Yeah. So I have to get my 25 hours in.
So she can get another pickle jar.
Yeah.
You're going to show that fabric over there?
Oh, yes. Okay. So, always I'm last minute, of course. We know that. And it seems like we just finished a photo shoot.
You did. But they come right quick.
I know. And we have to be thinking about our Christmas ad. And so I do know that my two of my oldest granddaughters, Emma and Lila, are sisters, and they're gonna be around here next week, so I could make something for them and have
perfect
it fit.
timing.
Yeah. So I thought, well, what could be really simple, and I thought about nightgowns, and because the place where we're staying has a beautiful fireplace, we could set that up, and the owner of our current home,
Hi, Cinda.
yeah, she loves to decorate, and if I tell her
we need to use this as a photo shoot, trust me.
Oh boy, she's gonna
be
find
decorated.
some pretty things for Christmas.
Yeah.
And so then I found a Vogue pattern that we're gonna start carrying. It is sleeveless, but I thought,
Christmas in the South is not always cold.
That's right. Christmas in the South, and you got your fireplace going, just like you're going to be hot.
You can have your flannel jammies on with the air conditioner running about 68.
So, and with the older girls, it would be fun. And so, but then I thought, what if we did some kind of, like, look at this. This is from Spain.
This is gorgeous.
This is so pretty. So what if you put something like this over,
She could do a night,
like a bed jacket.
A bed jacket.
Over silk
absolutely
charmeuse, sleeveless, and in a light blue and maybe a ivory for the two girls.
Victoria's Secret is going to be calling up for this, because this is gorgeous.
This is beautiful fabric.
Yes.
And guess what? This is washable, because this is a polyester netting, but the gorgeous design on here.
That design is just, and
Look
the
at
color
and the blue
is stunning.
Yeah, it's so pretty. Regina and I are trying to figure out what the right and the wrong side is. I'm like,
I said it doesn't matter if we can't figure it out. You can use either one.
One is more blue than the other. So you might be seeing this in stages of.
Show it on the overhead, because I think they'll see it better.
All right. Of can I get it done?
Look at that.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. Look. This is
The
just
pretty
gorgeous.
scallops. The girls, and they're willing to bear with me and try different things, and they love to get pictures done. So
I'm sure when she says they're doing it in nightgowns, they're going
I know.
okay.
I know.
It'll be fine, girls. You'll make it. You might be lingerie models one day. Who knows?
Well, I don't want that to happen.
I don't want that. Well, they make a lot of money, Sally. Come on.
Well, I know, but but look at that. Oh, love it. So over a pretty light blue, I should have done that, or even over a white or off white. See, anything
you can see how the blue brings it out. Yeah.
You can see it. So you think we're crazy? I don't know.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. I do know that the Vogue pattern is adorable, and I do know that it would be quick for me.
It doesn't have any buttons or zippers or anything.
It has a yoke that comes like a little scoop in the front and scoop in the back, and it's gathered, and
How simple is that?
Yeah, I could do something beautiful on the.
And I think that pattern is going to be great for moo-moos at home.
Yeah.
You can make it out of regular non-see-through cotton or whatever, and it's going to be really pretty.
Yep. Or summer beach dresses.
Oh yeah.
That would
I
be
think
pretty
out
too.
of seersucker.
Oh no, that would be pretty in seersucker.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till you see. The pattern is awesome. So
It will be.
we'll be getting that in very soon. I've ordered it already, and then we'll see what we can talk our girls into.
Yeah,
into
over your blue
wearing.
coat, that's pretty under there.
Yeah.
That color.
So there we go. Yeah. So anyway, we have July 4th coming up tomorrow, even though we sent a newsletter today that said today was the 2nd. As after the newsletter comes out, we're like, oh, whoops. We messed that one up.
It's not the 2nd.
It's not the 2nd. But today is the 3rd, and tomorrow is the 4th. And so we're in a part of the country where we have a lot of rednecks like us, and like my family, love to shoot off fireworks. But we have very scared dogs.
Mm-hmm.
We have big English Shepherd dogs, and they are afraid of noise. And much worse since we had that horrible thunderstorm where lightning struck our house and burned it down. And they are petrified of loud
Yeah.
noises.
So Sally will be babysitting the dogs tomorrow night.
Well, Joe will.
Oh, Joe.
Joe's willing to do it.
Good old Joe's
Yeah.
gonna keep those dogs tomorrow night.
But I ask, what do you do with your animals that are afraid? And I got some great suggestions. And so Joe went to Tractor Supply and he bought some natural calming medicine that's like holistic, you know.
Oh, that's cool.
And
I didn't
so we
know.
started it yesterday. A lot of people use it, and
Uh-huh.
started yesterday, and going to use it today and tomorrow, probably through the weekend. And
Yeah,
we'll
because
see.
it'll keep going till Sunday night
Oh,
or
yeah,
Monday
yeah.
until people go back to work.
And then people do that. What do they call it? Tannerite or something like that, where it shakes your house even if
Oh.
it's like a half a mile away.
It's,
Yeah, we're totally really rednecks around here, so you have to bear with it.
And my neighborhood is an equestrian neighborhood, so the horses go crazy.
Oh,
You know, and it's
I
terrible.
bet
They
they
always
do.
ask for people, please don't do this here,
Yeah.
you know, but they do it anyway.
But
so.
you know, the other thing that happens, and I really hadn't thought about this, and that's veterans that struggle with
Right.
post-traumatic stress syndrome, that this is a hard time for them
Yeah.
too. So, anyway.
So just think of them. I mean, I like to go off and see a big fireworks show. I don't do it at
Mhm,
home. I don't allow the
mhm.
kids, never allowed the kids to do that stuff. And I'll tell you a secret. You probably won't know this. China does not allow fireworks in China.
But they manufacture
They
them, don't
manufacture all of them, but they don't allow you to set them off.
Really?
And I know that because when I lived there, we had a big 4th of July party, and we had to get a special permission from the government to be able to do some fireworks.
Wow.
And they were small fireworks. They weren't even big fireworks.
Yeah.
So I was like, how can they blow up their own people all the time in these firework factories that always go off, but they won't sell the things in their own country?
Well, all the nurses that I know, they say it's a busy day in the ER around 4th
It
of
is,
July.
it's
There's
terrible.
So many accidents.
Yeah.
All the burns. And
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, I
you
had a
see-
firecracker go off one time when I was a kid in my hand, and my finger, was huge,
Oh.
blistered, and I was like, I'm done with that, never
Yeah.
ever again. So.
Well, when you have sons and they're really not afraid of anything, you're just like, can we get through another one of these 4th of July things?
Yes, like, let's just put it in this jug and blow it
Oh,
up, you know? It's like,
exactly.
ugh.
One time, I mean, I really shouldn't tell this, it's so terrible, but I'll tell anyway. One time I was sewing away, and all of a sudden this huge just explosion just shook my house. Like, what happened? What happened? And then my boys are outside there acting like real innocent.
I don't know.
Yeah, I found out later that they had a big burn pile, and there was a dip in the ground, and they poured gasoline in there, and so all the fumes were coming up, and so when it went off, it was this I mean, how anybody did not get hurt
Yes,
is amazing.
it's
But,
amazing.
I mean, that was some kind of
That is scary.
yeah, it was like a bomb. It was so terrible. So yeah,
So please be safe and
yeah.
with your fireworks if you're doing them.
So we made it through raising all 5 boys here, and then they all are married, move away, and then lightning strikes the house. It's like, what? Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Oh my word. But anyway, that was our question, was what do you do with your pets? And so I had a lot of good answers. But I think we had a lot of response because our giveaway is $25 gift certificate.
A good
This is
giveaway.
really what it is. We have a good
Yeah.
giveaway. So look at all these. Look at all y'all wrote to us. Some of them I had to chuckle, like Fred Ferris said his wife, he has to worry about his wife because she might wet her pants when why does she need some of these bloomers?
Good luck, Denise.
So yeah, poor Denise. Poor
You
Denise.
live with Fred. You need all the luck you can get.
So we're gonna let Regina draw a name, and we'll see who wins our $25.
Okay. Terry Stillwell. I love this gift certificate. We once had a little Yorkie that we had to hold during fireworks, thunderstorms, loud noises, made her tremble.
Yeah.
Yeah, little
All right.
tiny baby. So
Terry,
congratulations, Terry.
you are the winner today.
You can get some of this beautiful beach fabric.
You know, I thought maybe if you drew Lorraine Long's name,
Oh, I could have taken it to her.
she's carrying an order to United Kingdom for one of our customers.
That's right. I'm so
It's like-
excited to meet Lorraine in person, and
I
we're gonna
know.
have dinner together.
I know,
So
that's so
it's
neat.
fun.
She's gonna have a lot of stories to tell us when she comes back.
Oh, I sure will.
So have a wonderful weekend.
Happy 4th of
Yeah,
July.
happy 4th of July. And it's going to take us a few minutes to get off
So we're
because
gonna
we don't
stand
have